Welcome back, you guys. Hopefully, I didn't ruin your eardrums with that scream. If I did, go ahead and buy yourself some new ones. Treat yourself. You deserve it. I am showing you old footage. This is my old footage of when I cleaned my garage that I won't stop talking about, but now you get to see it. I already showed you that I cleaned my attic. The side character that we introduced called that dumpster that was in my driveway for a really long time, they're still a big part of this. And so I did have a different cleaning video that I put up. I don't know how long ago because I don't know when you guys are seeing this because hopefully I'm on my freaking road trip and my RV is repaired in the current timeline that we are all existing in. But this Beth, one sitting right here watching old Beth do this stuff, I have no idea when I'm going to get that RV back. But previously, and even Pastor Beth, I didn't realize I made a comment about how I have a pair of new gray pants that I bought at Walmart that make my butt look weird. And so I wouldn't show you guys some of the footage I filmed because my butt looks so weird. And I outed myself with that without realizing how heavily featured these pants are. And I'm not deleting this footage. So could we all just not talk about it? That would be amazing. Thanks. Also, I'm wearing shoes and it feels so uncomfortable because those are capris with shoes on. So they just look like I accidentally got some old grandma pants. Like if you're super, when you shrink, I'm shrinking. It's fine. I think I'm going to end life at a solid 4'2", but I'm 5'3" right now, not to brag, but I am extremely tall. One of the tallest people I know, but it does look like I'm slowly, like I put on my shrinking grandma's pants and then shoes and thought that would be fine. But I'm a little nervous walking around in my garage. I have cockroach fears. I have broken things fears. I have spider fears, lots of different fears. But we have to get it going. So on this day, it's a weekend and I was getting this going. I was like, yeah, let's do the whole thing. I really thought I was going to do a bunch today. And later my husband comes in and throws like a productivity hand grenade in it and was like, no, we need to go to the RV. I want to go to the RV and do things. And then I was like, I would like to film some of that RV stuff. And so then I go with him to the RV and it takes forever and we don't get things repaired. And as you guys know, the slide that we were trying to repair is actually significantly worse. It's still in current timeline. It's still at the RV shop and I have no idea when I'm going to get it back or if I'm on the road, anything like that. But I needed to get some work done because that stupid dumpster has been in my driveway and I'm anxious and I need to get things done and I want this footage and just everything is piling up. Also, if for some reason you haven't caught any of that and you're coming in this blind, I'm just throwing crap away. I don't care. I don't care that it's probably still good, that somebody could want to buy it, that I could probably donate it, that I could rehab it and turn it into shiplap and put it as a headboard. Like I don't give two craps. Oh, there's the man. I'm throwing everything in the dumpster because I just want it out of my house. And if I have to sort through 11 different funtivities to get shit out of my house, I won't do it. I swear to God, I will triple down and become a hoarder. I will be a hoarder like you have never seen before if you guys don't let me just do this stupid thing. So I already posted the attic one because that's like the keystone character. I had to get my attic organized because look at all of this Christmas stuff. My husband bought a batshit amount of Christmas stuff and I can't yell at him for it because I buy batshit amount of everything all the time and he never like fusses at me about it. So I can't be like, look at that flat. Do you guys see that flat of red thing? Okay, so that red thing, all of those individual little boxes are boxes of string lights. And I think he bought more than one flat of those. We have so many string lights, but I think they're all like 14 centimeters long each. So you have to connect them like crazy. It's insane. And it has been there since 2 Christmases. And I am determined to get it in my attic before next Christmas. How my husband is wearing a sweatshirt in this scenario, it is so muggy. Oh, okay. And then we leave. So sorry, guys, we leave. And then this is a totally different day where I am just like, I don't give a shit. I won't even wear shoes. I am making bold, drastic choices in my life. The white dresser is not thrown away. Don't worry. I'm going to let you see that. I just moved it out of the garage and completely forgot to film that. So you're missing the start of a tidy, but at least you get to see me throw my bed away. There's some old paints, but it's like super heavy and full. And the end, you saw that. So the problem with this garage is I throw everything in there. Usually we have cardboard mountain in there, which is when I break down all of my large cardboard boxes. I order everything from Amazon all the time. And I don't mean like, oh, I only shop off of Amazon and order everything I order off of Amazon. I'm trying to say I've ordered everything that Amazon has to offer off of Amazon. So I break down those boxes and I collapse them down which is the same thing. I both break them down and collapse them down and I pile them in my garage and it becomes cardboard mountain. I also had redone the twins' bedroom. So we have old furniture in there. I redid my bedroom and then I put my bed thing in the garage, like, okay, maybe I'll have charity pick it up. Maybe I'll do this. Maybe I'll sell it. And it just sat there and it made everything really dark and blocked off. And it was really hard. And it sat there for it's coming up on a year or something. And so I have to get it out of the house. It's going into the dumpster. And this day, I believe it's a Sunday, like it's a weekend still. I think my husband's here and I need help getting some of the big things into the dumpster. Well, primarily I need the dresser to go into the dumpster. I got the rest of the bed in on my own because I'm phenomenal. I'm just incredible. And then I need to it has to be the weekend because I remember contacting my neighbor and being like, pick it up Monday. I cannot have this limitless time frame. I need you to pick it up Monday. And so now I'm getting everything giant that I need into the dumpster. So I feel better about it. So it kind of gets split up. I'm doing the garage. I do a little bit attic. I come back and do some garage. I might be lying to you about what day this is because I'm definitely wearing a different outfit on the day I have to get the last of things out. No, that's when I do attic stuff. I don't know. I do not like pre-filming footage and then forever later coming back and voicing over. It's really hard for me. It's crazy. I forget what storyline I'm in, what plot lines I'm trying to weave together. It's kind of a catastrophe. I was like, oh, let's keep these gloves. They absolutely don't fit. I don't know who we bought those for, but they weren't for my hands. Maybe when I was making my kids do like just a little bit of slave labor and like sorting all of our soda cans. When we when we lived in Oregon, we would like stockpile our cans. And this was also when my husband was drinking. So the amount of beer cans we had was really impressive, super impressive. But my husband he was never like a crazy drunk. But he did have a problem and he's been sober well over 2 years now. And I'm extremely proud of him, but there was a lot of beer drinking happening. I don't drink beer. But we also drink a lot of soda water and you guys have seen how much soda water we go through by how many times you've seen me break down the stupid soda water boxes. You can't crush your cans in Oregon because the recycling wouldn't read it and the recycling rules were insane over there. So we would get bags and bags and bags of cans and then I would take it to the recycling center and my kids would also feed it into the recycling counter of all the cans and they would get a cut of it. And it's also really gross if you've dug through dirty cans. It's disgusting and it smells horrifying. So I bet you those gloves were when we made our kids do that. And then I don't know why Oregon did this. I feel like it was to like hate spite the homeless. During COVID, they would only let you cash in 100 cans per person, which was such a weird thing to say. Like, why would you want to limit how much somebody recycled? That's crazy talk. But my kids also counted, so we were cashing in 400. So here my husband and I are kind of bickering about how we put it in, and we both get annoyed with each other, and so we put it in the worst way possible. I doubt either of us intended that to be what happened, but we both spite put it in like that just to be mean to each other. But we're back. We're in love. Don't worry. Divorce arc is not yet, but it's coming. I'm sure of it. And now he's helping me get the things that are a little bit bulky, and just crap. He's getting crap out of the garage with me to throw in the dumpster. We have a lot of stuff. This zone is basically where I was just putting things to be like, once we do a bulk item pickup, which is when you can set all of your old stuff on your lawn twice a year, you can do it and they'll come pick it up for free. But I did not organize that in time, so I absolutely just needed the dumpster. And so I had staged a lot of stuff right there, and it had been at least a year since I've done a bulk pickup. So yeah, that was easy. Once we get this zone, which is pretty cleared off, we don't have that much more that I need to throw into the dumpster. I have these old rug mats. These are because I used to have Ruggable before the Ruggable I have now. And these were the old school Ruggable mats where it came in one for an 8x10 instead of the split. I'm telling my husband how we have so much room for funtivities. I was like, look at how much room we have. We could do so many things. I want him to get a lawnmower. I want a riding lawnmower. I think that would make his life better during the summer when it's the worst. And he is out there pushing the lawnmower. He's actually doing yard work right now. If you can hear it, I will, murder him. And that's fine. I mean, I'm going to hide it real well so we can still get the life insurance, pay off the predatory RV loan with my husband's life insurance, and then just travel the world. Amazing. I don't need no man. I do need a man. So here's something amazing. We planned it. There is one section of this road trip that I'm on that my husband's going to join me for, and I could not be more excited. I am so glad. It's the part that I'm most excited for, and it could be super incredible. I will have probably posted already, I don't know, a video explaining my whole plan for the RV trip, but I haven't filmed that yet, so who knows? Hopefully I'm not lazy. Probably lazy, but hopefully I'm not. Also, these giant Costco boxes, they're the Sam's Club boxes. That's another 20% of what's in my garage usually because they are so hard to break down. They make me so mad. I did have a few things that I should have thrown out at the end. Oh, spoilers. Never mind. Don't pay attention to me. It's fine. Okay, so this was hard to walk through our door. I don't think those paper towels were there. I think those got moved during some other decluttering. But I have some rugs that just needed to go get washed. I have some old Ruggable rugs. I have no idea if those can go into the dumpster or not. I chose not to because what if they were crushing, like they're trying to compact the garbage in the dumpster and then that thing exploded? That would be terrible. But I have a couple of old Ruggable rugs that I am not interested in keeping. So those got tossed. And I've been piling things right there, saying to myself that I will address it later. Like, oh, I'll address it later. Okay, we can deal with this later. And it just got really bad. I don't know. It doesn't feel like you're creating a trash mountain when you put the piece of trash down. And it's like suddenly, all of a sudden, it's Mount Everest, but you don't notice it. Like they say, no single snowflake feels they're responsible for the avalanche. I don't remember it getting so huge. That's what she said. But I don't remember all of the moments that led up to so much stuff being in the garage. And also, I'm kind of eked out by that part. I just feel like it's something gross. Oh, which is perfect timing. Okay, you guys watch this. Okay, I forgot I own these. done. I'm fucking done. I'm done. And that was all for me for that day. F it. I didn't go back in that garage. Okay, wait. Clearly the dumpster's still here. I think I was done for the day. I have no idea what timeline I'm on. It's so complicated. I have no idea what's happening. Evidently, the dumpster's still here. I'm still doing things. Oh my God. This is me throwing stuff out of my attic into the dumpster, but I had the footage and I was like, they need to see. Like, you guys need to see. But I didn't feel that you needed to see it enough for me to include it in the attic footage. So there you go. And then we all know what happens to me in the attic. I get attacked by a cockroach. So I am on high alert. Initial attack was spider in the garage. Second attack, cockroach in the attic. Clearly I'm doing more work in here because that's the same outfit as the attic outfit. Yeah, so let's get this stuff done. Here is like the remnants of Cardboard Mountain. Not remnants, but like maybe the beginning. It's a foundation, but I am just throwing everything into the garbage thing. I just can't. So I think I'm searching for the spider to see if it wants to be my bestie, and also clearing off the spot. I just don't feel super dedicated in clearing off that spot anymore. I know that giant spider. It was huge. It was massive. It was a brown recluse black widow. Those are that hybrid. And it was exceptionally venomous, and they are attack trained, because you saw how it came back after me, right? I swooped it away and it ran straight towards me and then got on the back of my neck. Oh, I really felt it. My dad got my son a mini bike a long time ago, which was very generous, but not practical for our family because neither Mark nor I ride motorcycles. And we were living in Oregon. We lived in the suburbs. We didn't have anywhere to ride the motorcycle. And so we have just kind of had it lately, and out of nowhere, because Mark and I were talking about it, we're like, what do you want to do with this? Out of nowhere, my dad's like, hey, do you still have the motorbike? And we're like, yeah, we totally do. And so he wants to grab it and get it over to my stepsister's stepson. That's fun. And then he can ride it. They live in Texas. They have the space for it. I think that's a really fun plan. All right. I am getting the Christmas things out of the garage and I am putting them up in the attic. This is probably a double take for some of you guys if you watched the attic video, but I thought it was worth it. Look at how many boxes of Christmas lights I have. It's intense. Oh, and I dropped it. So many. And then I didn't say what I was doing, I think in the attic video. I'm consolidating. I'm trying to have as few boxes upstairs as possible. So I'm getting what I know is Christmas and I'm trying to get them all into as few of plastic bins as possible. And these are all of our outside ones. It works pretty well. And I love these green handled gray bins. Those are my favorite ones. In case you're curious, if you're like, I wonder what Beth's absolute favorite plastic tub is. Gray bin, plastic handles. They are so freaking sturdy. And then this happens. There. Because it'll come after. Just get it upstairs. Just get it upstairs. Oh, what was that? Fucking huge. What happened? What happened? Cockroach. Killed it. It's over there if you want to see it. Way over there, by your motorcycle bottom. It's dead.
Well, look at that. Pretty nice, actually. I'm joking. I think it's disgusting.
All right, and that was 2 in one day, and I'm over it. I've decided my house is infested with cockroaches. Cockroaches are the thing that is holding our foundation of our house up. There's too many. I saw too many. I think one more. I see one more in the garage. Okay, clearly, new day, abruptly. You guys, it's hard. I got everything into the attic. That's what I did. Everything went into the attic and I cleaned the attic and I was hot and I had been attacked by 2 cockroaches and I was done with it. So here is a new starting zone. I'm letting you guys see. I didn't dedicate clean the garage. All I did was to throw out the big things. I was going to say declutter, but that's clearly not what happened. Oh my God, that dude, freaking dude. I got all the big things out into the dumpster. I got Christmas up. Now let's actually do the garage on the 40th day, like a Lent situation. On the 40th day, I'm going to get this effing thing done. So, what was I saying before I had to pivot to here? Cockroaches. Oh, so now that everything is clean and organized, my attic is organized, upstairs, spoilers, you're going to see that next. Garage, everything like that. We're going to get an exterminator in to just spray the whole house for it. I don't care if they're coming in through the attic, if they're living in my garage, I don't want them. And I want the inside of my house treated as well. I just want everything treated while I'm gone, and I don't have to think about it anymore because I have been attacked too many times. It's just too many. So it's always good to have a good tarp, you guys. I hope you guys have tarps. The reason we have that tarp is because I don't know if you guys know this. A lot of people get caught after they kill someone because they have to like purchase all of their equipment at once. Like if you get a tarp and a saw and also lime and also ice and also a shovel, like come on, dude, sus. That is so suspicious. So here's what you guys need to do. Wait until you're doing like a big move. If you're moving, a tarp is reasonable. If a natural disaster is coming, get some of that tarp. Get yourself a shovel. Like wait until spring. Get some lime because I think you put that in gardens or something like that. Ice, I get an ice maker, I guess. There's not really a good solution for that. And then also weird pivot. I used to wonder why everybody got ice. And I was like, oh, later, because it's like probably quite labor intensive to completely dismember somebody. So like you have to forestall the inevitable decomposition, especially, oh my God, if you live in Georgia, you've got about 45 minutes before you just have a rotting, bloated mess. Which how did any of the Walking Dead survive in Georgia? Like, how do they not just bloat and then melt into pieces? I'm sure the virus helped keep them from decomp like that, but geez. But yes, so the ice is important. So I guess if you're really thinking ahead, get like a deep freeze. That's where people put people all the time. But anyways, so I have my tarp, I have a shovel. We might have a saw at this point. I think I just need to wait. It's spring now. I could probably buy some lime. And before you know it, I'm ready to dispose of a body. That's pretty exciting. I like to be prepared, not just for the zombie apocalypse, but for, when I eventually have to get rid of a body. You never know when it's going to come up, you guys. Like, that's why they always say you'd rather have it and not use it than not have it and wish you did. So, I don't know, you guys, just go get you a shovel. It'll be fine. I am unmotivated on this day, but fortunately, not right now, but shortly, one of my absolute best friends calls me and then we just like talk to each other the whole time. Oh, you know what? Okay, no. Now I remember what I wanted to talk about. Weirdly enough, Mac has Midwest Magic Cleaning. His son cleaned his garage out and Mac did the voiceover for it and they posted that video. And Mac was explaining some mistakes that his son Jason made while cleaning out his garage and what Mac would have done differently and how his brain approaches it and how he feels about cleaning the garage. And weirdly, I see what he was saying, but I do understand more of what Jason was doing. Because, for example, Mac was like, Jason would see this huge amount that he needed to tackle and then pick up 2 visible things that his eyes saw. And I do want to address that, but I don't think now's the moment in the video because I'm not doing that thing in this part. I think I'm talking to my dad about getting the motorcycle picked up. which won't happen for a really long time because he's not in the area right now. I'm actually going to go see him in Texas, so he better keep his butt in Texas until I go see him, and then he can do whatever he wants. He's grown. He's my father, so I can't parent him. I put the cover on the generator and then realized you can't actually move the generator with the cover on, so off it goes. And I just am stuck. Here's part of it. I feel like my garage is a very big project, and it is extremely hard for me to tackle such a large project. And I'm not just talking about the amount of stuff that was in there, because the first few days were easy because I was getting big things I knew needed to go in the dumpster. That's easy for me to scan and find and get rid of. Like, that's a target. Like when you're putting together a puzzle and you're only looking for edges, it doesn't matter what the rest of the puzzle pieces look like to you. You don't care, oh my God, it's blue, that must be the sky, or oh, this is probably a tree, or this is clearly some dude's face. Because why do they always jigsaw out the face? That's really unnerving. And something I guess to keep in mind when we chop up our bodies, maybe that is a clue. Maybe they're like, hey guys, always do the face separately. I don't know. Okay, so this is a smoker. Speaking of faces, this is a smoker, and I wanted to go on my patio, which is clean. Hopefully I posted this video, guys, beforehand. Otherwise, this is a horrifying spoiler. But I always intended for the smoker to go on my patio, but it just had been trapped behind so much other junk that it never really made it. So the first time I was just looking for big things to throw in the dumpster. And then I was just trying to make like a walking space. And then the spider attacked me. And then it was just Christmas items. So very visible, noticeable things. But now I don't have clear goals of what to get. I just know it must be done. And that's incredibly hard for my brain to pick a starting point. And I do feel like just so you guys know, I am not diagnosed ADHD by a professional, but I am peer-reviewed ADHD. So let's lean into it for all intents and purposes, all intensive purposes. That was a pivot. I really like it when people not mispronounce, but missay common sayings. It thrills me to my bones. So it's all intent and purposes and not all intensive purposes. What was I saying? Oh, fuck. Yeah, so I'm not diagnosed ADHD, guys, but I feel strongly that due to a preponderance of evidence, I could be found guilty in this scenario. Oh, I'm showing you that another spider. Look at that. That one's alive. I have to figure out how to kill it. And I'm on the phone with my friend Mandy during this time frame. So I am struggling with finding what I want to do. So what I do when I'm struggling like that is like what Max said Jason was doing wrong. I'm just picking up something large, like a milk jug, and carrying that to a dumpster, which is the specific thing that Jason did. There are no milk jugs over here, guys. But I am just moving things out of a space, and then my brain will lock in and be like, this is the space I'm cleaning. So now let's just get everything out of the space I'm cleaning. I can put things on the ramp because it's not the ramp's turn. Screw the ramp. I will deal with that later. And yes, it is not productive. Picking things up more than once isn't efficient. That's not what I'm saying. I'm productive, but not efficient. And I don't care, you guys, because efficiency is not how I clean, because my brain hates it. I'm just doing what I can until my brain locks in on something and is like, yep, do this zone. This is perfect. And then I can do it really well. But during the struggle part where my brain's like, oh my God, that's way too much crap. There's zero chance any of this will ever get done, ever. I just have to do, okay, here's something I recognize and could do something with. I'm not sneezing, shut up. That's something else. I was snorting cocaine off of my elbow crease, like you do. So now that I know I have a section I want to clean, easy for me. I can move things out. I'm going to sweep everything up. And I will have one cleared zone, and I will feel so much better about that it will be relatively easy for me to find and address a second zone, if that makes sense. I understand that I redistributed stuff, but I did throw some things away. So the stuff will come back in when the space is cleared. Also, I'd like to brag about how many bags of paper towels we have. My husband and I just keep buying them when we go to Sam's Club. We're like, got more paper towels in case we're out. We did that for a long time with toilet paper inadvertently, not like COVID trauma coping skills. I just happened to be where we were like, no. We have 1 billion toilet paper rolls. We have to stop doing it. And so we both just shifted that over to buying extra paper towels. So that's fun. All right. A little bit of dirt, a little bit of trash, but I have a little bit of visual progress, and that's amazing. I'm really excited about it. Also, it's a little bit windy, so it's hard to keep things in space. Well, in place is what I meant to say. I am really messing up my words. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know. I'm scattered. I don't know what to say. This is normal. I'm normal. We're all normal. I did have a little bit of extra coffee, so that's good. This section, while a significant section, I would say it's about a third of the floor space, but not a third of the garage. It's still not enough to trick my brain into summit fever, so I don't have that inert drive, like that, not inert, gosh, why are words so hard today? I don't have that inner urge, this drive, this innate, oh my God, the word was innate. I don't have an innate drive to finish. I am still struggle bussing through a start. All of this, by the way, everything you've watched, we are 33 minutes and 12 seconds in. All of that is just starting still. Does that make sense? There's only really start and finish. There's no real middle. So for me, all of it feels like hard work, a hard push to start until almost the very end. And then you're like, yes, okay, we're so close, we can get things done. I just don't feel like there's any coasting. There's no middle coasting in this. All right, I had determined, what I said sorry for was I was holding my face, which cups my mouth, which changes how my voice sounds in the voiceover. And that's been bothering me when I'm previously editing. But how would you know that? I don't know how you would know that, but I was apologizing to you because in my brain, I was like, they know exactly what's happening. They notice it every single time. They're annoyed and they know that I intend to stop and I didn't. So let's apologize, which is kind of an insane thing to think, but that's okay. So now we're going to do this zone. I can't remember if I get the bikes out next or if I decide that behind the bikes is zone enough. I did finally kill the spider that's in there and then flick it out. I will, by the way, before I use those giant mixing bowls, wash the crap out of them. But I don't have space for them in my pantry or anywhere in my kitchen. So giant mixing bowls must be kept in the garage. It's not ideal. I am scooting, I'm sorry, I didn't move the camera. I am scooting a few things over into the cleared space, but only what is intended to be kept there. And now, yes, I am getting the bikes out of the garage. And then I move it to where it's like a worse angle for the same activity. Why? I don't know why. I thought, I did all this stuff over here and they didn't see it. So let me show them that space so that I can do stuff where they were clearly able to see me. YouTube's not easy. It's definitely a tricky thing when you come at it all slapdash like I have been lately. I am convinced those chairs are covered in bugs. They're not, but I was like, yeah, it's got 47 spiders, like a spider egg. Okay, I did it with my hands again. Don't worry. Okay, here's what Mac was talking about and what Jason and I do. Look, clearly a lot of stuff, and I just grab 2 things and take it out of the space. 2 more things, take it out of the space. I could I should like pick and do something big, gather all of the trash, do all of the things. But my brain's like, no, in general, we're going to be on the mat. And here I'm just staring, I'm scanning for any sort of thing to grab my brain and say, here, focus here. And I just don't have it. So all I can do is the first thing my brain registers, like, oh, trash. Why don't you get that? Oh, a can. Why don't you get that? Now look, my brain says, here's a spot. And now look at me. My brain pulled me into that zone. And now I know that corner is where I want to start. And now I can do all of the mat because the mat has now established itself as a zone. And it's easier for me to clear out. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I have no idea, even if that's how Jason's brain was processing it, but that's absolutely how my brain processed it. Now I know that entire zone I wanted to get trash out of, and I was able to gather that. And now I'm like, I don't know, just things come to me better to do in this zone. And I'm like, yeah, zone stuff. Let's do zony things. Hopefully next I sweep it. Otherwise, all this is a lie. Oh my God, look at me. Oh, it's like I'm a sightseer. I am a fortune teller. I know all, I see all, I am all. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys could see the switch of struggling to all of a sudden my brain's like, oh yeah, I get it. Let's do this next. And it's easy. And then I'll have this swept off and that zone will be done for me. And I can be like, okay, let's close out this zone, move to another zone. I'm mostly feeling like the garage is done. After I get this square cleared off and most of the garage is emptied, I can say that I'm switching to, okay, let's get everything done. This is fine. We are hitting the summit fever. We are going to push forward, even if it's after 2 p.m., and then freeze to death on the way back down. That's an Everest reference. If for some reason you guys aren't obsessed with how many people die and why on Mount Everest, like I am, if you don't reach the summit by 2 p.m., you're supposed to turn back regardless, because otherwise your chances of not making it back down skyrocket, apparently. And, okay, so that is a completely dehydrated frog that was in my garage. And I did take a little video of it for you guys. But when I was editing it together, I was like, oh, that's so gross. Like, stop being gross, Beth. And that was the step too far. Not me talking about cutting off of a face like a jigsaw puzzle, but the frog. That was my boundary. So that's nice, I guess. I am able to say, let's bring things back in. And that is so exciting for me. Yes, I can see my ramp is insane, but for some reason, the idea of getting the bikes back in and then, because they have to go in and they have to go right there. I guess they don't have to go right there, but they have to go right there. And so once those are in, okay, cool. Where do I place everything else? And maybe at this time, I forgot the ramp existed because I clearly am ignoring it. Also, kind of around this time frame, while I am excited, it is clean, I am letting go of the idea of perfect. I just want it organized enough so that the exterminator can come through, but it doesn't have to be flawless. Like, I'm not doing where my husband's tools are. There's a table towards the back that is a weird mixture of my kids doing what, like, big crafts, like where you have to cut and hammer and things like that. That's like their zone for that. Whereas other crafts upstairs are like cute crafts, like painting, like arty. Sorry, there is a thing behind me. It looks like a snake. It's not. It's just blowing in the wind, but man, did that look like a snake. So I'm not going to deal with any of that because I have so much on my plate. I need to be reasonable about what I'm doing. I have this job. I still needed to do upstairs. I still needed to do my kids' rooms deep cleaned and then also create regular content for you guys. So something has to give. And so what gives is perfection. I did like also, okay. Also though, sometimes my brain's like, might as well. You're already most of the way there. Why wouldn't you also organize this little section? And so I was like, okay, let's do that. I have a pressure canner and my dehydrator. I do want to try to use that dehydrator before I leave. And I need to get these freaking paper towels put somewhere. Look at this. I'm trying to consolidate. There's so many. Okay, so that's one full that I made out of a different one. 1.5, 1 3/4. Okay, it wasn't so many, but that's a lot to have in 3 different bags. Also, do you love how we just open whatever bag was nearest us instead of being like, no, one's already open. We're like, F it, this one's close. Let's tear that open and pull in 70 things. Okay. I discover this is parts to a trampoline that we no longer own. When we had it in Oregon, a neighbor kid came and bent the crap out of one of the long poles. And I ordered a replacement part. And then we moved, we broke down the trampoline. And then we were like, we should not have something so projectile in this climate. We have far too aggressive of winds. And I'm not willing to pull down my trampoline every single time there's a tornado or a hurricane threat. So we got rid of it. Also, it just makes giant round dirt patches in your yard that seem to not recover. So I'm going to get rid of those, bless and release. Some other pieces that are for my RV, or that there's one tow hitch that's like $700. I wasn't willing to throw away a $700 tow hitch. We're going to hold on to that bad boy. That is flour, turns out. But I am organizing things back in. Maybe the ramp is organized a little bit. It's walkable and I don't want to throw anything away that's on there, I believe. Or maybe I come back and readdress it. I'm not 100% sure. I want things to be functional, walk aroundable, accessible, but I also want there still to be room for me to show my husband and be like, huh? Riding lawnmower could totally fit. I think it will fit. I do have a few things that ended up in there that should have gotten thrown out but didn't. And I think if we can get like hanging bike racks, or maybe just come to terms with the fact that we don't really ride our bicycles and we can get rid of those. All of that I have right there, that needs to go in the RV. So this section that I'm building up right here, that is RV stuff that I want to go in there. Except I'll tell you when I pick it up. There's something very heavy. I'm not bringing the triple filter with me because I am driving so much. But if I was going somewhere for like a week stay, I would bring it if I wasn't going across the country. It was that. I just picked it up and set it down. It's a very heavy triple filter. I have filters enough. I don't need it. Come on over here. These bins that I'm sorting through right now, those should have gone into the dumpster. They don't really have anything I need. I don't think any of the lids go to anything that's in there. So I'm going to wait and toss those at another time. Maybe when I go bring Box Mountain to the cardboard center, they also have a trash section. Maybe I'll toss them then. And it's so funny because now when it's like one or two things, it's so hard to bring it back because you're just like, I don't know what I'm going to do. Like, why, guys? But eventually it all goes back in. Except actually those 2 rugs, I leave them out by the front of the car. And I was like, yeah. And then I'm going to take those to the laundromat and get them cleaned. And then I left them out and then they were rained on. And yuck. Now I'm like, oh, I kind of want them to dry a little bit before I put them in the car to take them to the laundromat because like a rain saturated dirty rug seems not kind to give them and be like, could you deal with this disgusting nightmare? So now it's just in my garage being gross. Okay, so I did not address the ramp. Good. That makes me feel better because I thought I just like did it and forgot to film it. Some of the stuff is just going back on the white thing because I'm like, I stopped caring. I really did. I am very over it at this point, and I'm like, I genuinely don't care what happens to it. I just want to make it walkable so I can ignore the fact that I even have a garage for the foreseeable future. And the the mats I forgot I owned. See, that's kind of cute, right? Last little bit of trash. Oh, and then I would like to say that I did arrange to have extra trash picked up because for some, even having that dumpster in front, after I do all of these big deep cleans, I still have a significant amount of trash. And now the ramp has like 5 bags of trash that does not fit into my trash can. And I forgot to get it. I didn't forget. I remembered. I tried to get it out by my trash to be picked up. And I missed my trash guy. He came at like 6 a.m. But look, it's way better, you guys. Look at this garage. The tub's in the middle. That needs to go to the dumpster, but my ramp is fully walkable. I had to figure out where to put that paint. I think it goes in my attic, but we're not going up there. Yuck. I have a little bit of prepper clutter, but that's okay. Plenty of space for us to do our exercises. Also, where my son likes to do VR. The bicycles that we never use are right there in case for some reason we turn into a very sporty family. And I have lawn care stuff. It looks way better. I am so glad it's done. I am so glad I can walk through my garage. And I'm so glad you saw it. I love you. Bye.